Hello, and welcome to another edition of Coffee Talk with immigration attorney Brian D. Lerner. In this particular episode, I'd like to talk about a case that came out at the BIA, Board of Immigration Appeals, in 2015, which affects and deals with a lot of people and a lot of situations which you find yourself in when you're in immigration court. How many people, for example, listening to this video alone, have been in immigration court where the immigration judge, gets mean, gets rude, doesn't allow you to answer, berates the attorney, berates you? How many times has that happened? Well, I can tell you it does happen fairly often, but there was actually a case which was published, the one that I'm referring to, that actually deals with bullying of judges, where you actually can bring a formal complaint against the judge for this. Now, it basically dealt with an immigration judge whose questioning rose to the level of bullying, hostile conduct, bias, and other perceived abuses, regardless of what they were, for the particular client. So, what it does is it levels the playing field. Because if you go into, for example, an asylum case and you have a merits hearing with an immigration judge, and the judge does basically doesn't even take into consideration what you're saying and starts questioning you and harassing you in a manner that almost the judge is predetermined to deny the case because the judge doesn't believe you at all, but doesn't have any evidence to support that, and does it in such a manner that makes you afraid to talk, then you're not getting a fair hearing. Okay, the judge is supposed to be impartial, and interestingly enough, the fact that this particular case was published indicates that it's happening more often than you would think, because the BIA does not publish cases unless it has effects all over the United States and importance all over the United States. So in effect, the BIA is saying to the immigration judges, be fair, be courteous. You don't have to bend over backwards and so forth, but don't be hostile. Don't have your perceived biases. Don't pre-adjudicate the matter before you properly question the client, and give the person a fair shot at it. Because when you think about it, person comes into the United States, they many times don't know the language, they don't know the procedures, they're in a strange surrounding. The United States government essentially is trying to deport them, and so they're scared already. And to have a hostile judge on the other end does not help the matters. We, as the United States, have to run the immigration hearings in a fair and impartial manner, and if the person qualifies, great. They get some kind of status. But if they don't qualify, then they'll be able to appeal and so forth. But this particular case does give you another ground in which to basically fight your case if it's lost at the immigration court level. So certainly if you're being represented by an attorney, make sure that the attorney properly objects to the questioning being hostile, to the items that are in this particular case, to preserve the record, so when it goes up on appeal, you'll be able to show that it does meet the criteria. Okay, if you like the video, click like, subscribe. More on the coming videos. Thank you.